Hi friends, Linda with you here today, and as I shared previously, you're going to be hearing a lot more from me via my new favorite way of communicating and connecting with you, and that is video. So hello and welcome back. And today I want to talk to you about a topic that came up recently in one of my coaching groups. So when you are, let's put it this way, if you are taking on your finances and you're taking actions that you may not normally have taken, what inevitably is going to happen along the way is you might feel like you're falling behind. In fact, how many of you have had that experience, and not just in the area of money? You most likely have a lot of things happening, a lot of things that need your time and need your attention, and then things seem to slip out or slip behind. And then what happens? What do you do to yourself? What do so many people do to themselves? First of all, there'll be an upset. You're not keeping up. You're falling behind. You're missing out. You're not making the progress that you hoped. So the upset starts to grow in your mind. You sort of think about the things you still need to do. And the time to get to it seems to get bigger and bigger. And suddenly the upset grows to be a disaster in your mind. In fact, it can even lead some people to giving up. You may even relate to that, where you feel like, oh, I just can't do this. And maybe you do give up. And maybe you pick it up again in the future. Or maybe you give up and you don't pick it up again in the future. So when this conversation opened up, it was clearly a time to, let's say, straighten the record or, set it up in a different way. So this was my advice, and I want to share this with you as well, because you may find this helpful and valuable. Sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to actually say, it's okay. It's okay to be behind. It's okay if you haven't taken care of everything. Because the truth of it is, who has? You may have heard this statement before, this quote before, and it goes like this. Your inbox is never empty. So just take a deep breath and reflect on the fact that you'll never get it all done. And what I invite you to do, especially as a woman, and let's be honest, we have a lot that we see too, and we do. It's okay to not be up to date. And in fact, most of the time, you won't be up to date. That is just the way it is. But when you can be okay with the way it is, that moment allows you to reclaim your power. So you're no longer on the back foot. You're no longer playing catch up. Because who wants to play catch up? It's a very disempowering position to put yourself in. So I invite you today to give yourself permission to be in catch up mode. But don't necessarily label it like that. Rather talk about it as prioritizing. So right now, a little exercise that you could do is write down for yourself, what are the 5 or maybe even 10 things that are bothering you the most right now? That maybe you've fallen behind on, or you haven't attended to, or there's a deadline looming. Write them down. Get them out of your head and onto paper. That's the first step. Once you've got it on paper, sure, the next step is to schedule it. Schedule the time that is needed. But what you're doing is you are buying back, interesting word in this conversation of money, you're buying back your time. You're buying back your peace of mind. And this is also a gift that only you can give to yourself. So I really invite you to try it and see if you can move away from that stressful, stuck feeling of trying to play catch up. Because you'll never get there. The truth of it is, you're over here. You're here in this moment. And then what is the best way to utilize your time and your focus and your attention and your energy? going forward. So I'm going to leave that in your hands. Share in the comments below what ideas have come up for you out of hearing this conversation, what action you might take, and what difference it could make in your life. So thank you for listening, and until next time, cheerio.